When we think of danger at home, we often picture slippery stairs or kitchen mishaps. But the most dangerous place might surprise you. It's the bedroom. It's where we feel safest, and where hidden risks quietly build up. In the bedroom we lower our guard. Small habits, ones we barely notice, can grow into serious dangers over time. Today we'll explore 6 common mistakes that could threaten your safety every single night. These are simple choices, yet they can have life-changing consequences. Falls, heart stress, breathing hazards, even fire risks. But don't worry, small, mindful changes can protect not just your safety, but also your independence and peace of mind. Whether you live alone, with a partner, or have family visiting, knowing these risks is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and those who care about you. Stay with me to the end, because today we take one gentle step closer to a safer, more peaceful home. Mistake 1. Unnecessary items and hidden hazards in the bedroom. Our bedrooms should be places of peace, simplicity, and safety. Yet over time, it's easy for them to become filled with things we hardly notice. Items that once had a purpose but now quietly add clutter, obstacles, and hidden dangers. A stack of magazines by the armchair. A decorative chest at the foot of the bed. A small pile of shoes near the closet door. These objects accumulate slowly, almost lovingly, a lifetime of memories, a collection of comforts. But for older adults, they can turn a safe haven into a silent maze. Every extra item in your room increases the chances of tripping, bumping, or losing balance, especially in low light or when you're tired. Even small, harmless-seeming things like baskets, boxes, low benches, or scattered cords can become major hazards. And here's the deeper truth: it's not just the physical obstacles that matter. A cluttered environment can affect mental clarity, increase anxiety, and make a nighttime wake-up feel confusing or overwhelming. When your mind is still shaking off sleep and your body is slower to respond, you need clear, open space, not a puzzle to navigate. I think about Eleanor, a lively 82-year-old woman who loved decorating her bedroom with small treasures from her travels. A hand-woven basket from Peru, a tiny side table from an antique market, a vintage lamp she adored. Her bedroom was beautiful, but also crowded. One evening, while reaching for her walker in the dark, her sleeve caught on a basket handle. She stumbled, and though she caught herself, the scare left her shaken for days. It wasn't negligence. It was love, for her home, for her memories. And that's what makes it so tender, and so necessary, to make changes carefully, thoughtfully, with full respect for everything your life has gathered. The solution isn't to strip your room bare. It's to create a clear path where you need it most. Keep the floor space around your bed, doorway, and bathroom route completely clear. Secure or remove loose rugs. Tidy up electrical cords and charging cables. Relocate decorative pieces that sit low to the ground or jut into walking spaces. And be mindful of what accumulates over time. One magazine today becomes a stack tomorrow. Think of it this way: your bedroom is not just a room. It's the last thing you see before you fall asleep and the first thing you see when you wake. It should welcome you warmly, not challenge you. You deserve a space that feels light, peaceful, and safe. A place where you can move confidently, even in the dark, even when your body feels its age. Simplifying your surroundings is not about giving things up. It's about giving yourself more of what matters most: safety, ease, and peace of mind. A room free of unnecessary hazards isn't just tidier. It's kinder. Kinder to your body, to your future, and to all the beautiful mornings you still have ahead. Mistake 2. Loose blankets and oversized pillows. There's nothing quite like settling into a soft, inviting bed at the end of a long day, wrapped in gentle blankets, surrounded by fluffy pillows, sinking into the kind of comfort that feels like a warm embrace. For many of us, that feeling is one of life's quiet pleasures. But as we age, the very things that bring us comfort can, without warning, turn into hidden hazards. Mobility naturally changes with time. Simple movements, rolling over, swinging your legs out of bed, sitting up, can require more effort than they once did. And when the bed is covered in layers of loose sheets, bulky quilts, or oversized pillows, even those everyday movements can become surprisingly difficult. Think about it: you try to shift your weight, but your foot gets caught on a corner of a throw blanket. You reach for support, but your hand sinks into a pillow that gives way instead of holding firm. Or you attempt to rise, only to realize you're tangled in bedding that pulls you back down. In just a second, balance is lost, and a fall can begin before you're even fully awake. I recall the story of a gentleman named John, 80 years old, still living proudly in the home he built with his late wife. One cold evening, he added an extra throw blanket to the foot of his bed. In the early morning hours, he woke up feeling groggy and tried to stand. His foot got twisted in the edge of that blanket, sending him crashing into the nightstand. He ended up with a broken wrist and a long road to recovery, all because of one extra layer he didn't really need. But the danger of bedding isn't just about tripping. It's also about breathing. Large, overstuffed pillows can subtly press on the neck or tilt the head at awkward angles, especially for those who sleep on their backs. And loose, heavy blankets can rise too high during the night or bunch around the neck, restricting airflow or even causing overheating, both of which place strain on the heart. For older adults with sleep apnea or those who use oxygen machines, an improper bedding setup can worsen symptoms. Even something as seemingly small as a pillow that forces the chin forward can narrow the airway and disrupt breathing throughout the night. The truth is, it's not about how the bed feels when you first climb in. It's about how it behaves when you're deep in sleep, groggy, or momentarily confused. That's when risk is highest, when your body isn't fully alert, and a soft obstacle becomes a serious threat. Thankfully, the solution doesn't require sacrificing comfort. Just a few thoughtful changes can make all the difference. Choose one supportive pillow, something firm enough to keep your neck in healthy alignment, but not so tall that it pushes your head forward. Opt for lightweight, breathable blankets instead of layering multiple heavy covers. And keep the foot and sides of the bed clear, especially the areas where your feet naturally land when getting in and out. You don't need to make your bed sparse or sterile, but it should be more than cozy. It should be safe. It should support you in every sense of the word. Because your bed isn't just a place to sleep. It's the place you begin and end each day. A space for peace, healing, and gentle transitions. And at this point in life, it's not about giving up softness. It's about surrounding yourself with comfort that also cares for your safety. Your bedroom should cradle you, not confine you. It should help you rise, not pull you down when you're at your most vulnerable. If this message spoke to you, I'd love for you to comment number 2 below. That simple gesture lets me know you're still with me, and that this journey of awareness and care is reaching hearts that need it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever a new video is shared. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs, inspires, and protects. Let's keep going. The next insight may be the one that brings even more peace to your nights. Mistake 3. Poor lighting and no accessible light switch within reach. Imagine this for a moment. You wake in the middle of the night, still groggy, needing a glass of water or a trip to the bathroom. Your room is cloaked in darkness. Your eyes, heavy with sleep, struggle to adjust. Your balance, not as sure as it once was, feels unsteady. You reach out for the switch, or worse, you decide to move without any light at all. It's in these moments, the small, seemingly harmless ones, that serious accidents often happen. As we grow older, our eyes naturally change. They take longer to adjust to changes in light and shadow. Depth perception softens. Familiar spaces can become quietly unfamiliar, even dangerous, when covered in darkness. And even if you've lived in your home for decades, it only takes one thing left out of place. A shoe, a small table, a shifted chair, to turn a simple walk into a life-altering fall. But it's not just the risk of tripping. Poor lighting can also disorient you, make you feel dizzy, or cause you to lose your bearings entirely. For anyone who takes nighttime medications, the risk is even greater. Reaction times slow. Coordination fades. And what should be a safe, simple journey becomes a genuine hazard. I once heard the story of Mary, a proud and independent 79-year-old who loved managing her home on her own. To save on electricity, she refused to use a nightlight. Every night, her room remained pitch black. One early morning, as she tried to make her way to the bathroom, she misjudged the corner of her dresser and fell. Thankfully, her injuries were minor, but something inside her shifted. Her confidence never fully returned. What once was a sanctuary became a place of uncertainty. The most heartbreaking part? It was so preventable. Today we have more options than ever for safe, simple nighttime lighting. Small plug-in night lights, lamps with touch bases, or battery-operated light strips under the bed can gently illuminate your path without disturbing your sleep. There are even motion sensor lights you can activate with the wave of a hand, so you never have to stumble in the dark again. And here's an important reminder: your main bedroom light switch should be reachable from your bed. No one should have to get up, feel their way along a dark wall, or stretch dangerously just to turn on a light. Sometimes, it's the tiniest changes that have the greatest impact. Installing a $10 plug-in light could save you months of pain, thousands in hospital bills, or even the loss of your hard-earned independence. Bright, warm light is not just about convenience. It's about safety. It helps you see clearly, move confidently, and stay connected to your surroundings, even when you wake in a haze. It's one of the simplest, most powerful protections you can gift yourself, and it's a small act of love for your future self. Mistake 4. Cold bedrooms and unsafe space heaters. At first glance, it may seem innocent. Perhaps a cozy chair where you drape your sweater before bed, a small side table holding last night's book and reading glasses, or a laundry basket tucked away at the foot of the bed. These things feel natural, even comforting. But over time, especially for those of us in our 60s, 70s, and beyond, such familiar items can quietly become some of the most dangerous obstacles in our homes. Many people are surprised to learn that falls are the #1 cause of injury-related death among older adults. And what's even more surprising, most of those falls don't happen outside on icy sidewalks or in busy public places. They happen at home, often in the quiet of the night, and more often than not, just a few feet from the bed. As we age, our bodies naturally begin to shift. Our balance isn't as steady. Our reflexes slow down. Our eyes don't adjust to the dark as quickly as they used to. That means objects that once posed no threat, like a footstool, a low box, or a chair with uneven legs, can suddenly become real dangers. Let me tell you about someone I once knew, George, a warm and thoughtful man in his mid-70s. He was still living independently, took daily walks, and enjoyed tending his small garden. One night, he got up around 2 a.m. to use the bathroom. As he stepped away from his bed, his foot caught the edge of an old wicker stool he'd kept near the window for years. The fall was immediate. He fractured his hip and spent months in rehabilitation. But something deeper also fractured that night: his confidence. He never felt quite as steady again. What makes situations like George's so concerning is that the danger doesn't come from recklessness. It comes from routine. From the things we stop noticing. From the furniture that's always been there, until the day it turns against us. And when it comes to furniture, it's not just about tripping. Many older adults instinctively reach for nearby items when feeling off balance. But if that nightstand wobbles or that side chair tips under pressure, it can send you to the floor in a heartbeat. The good news? This is one of the easiest mistakes to correct, and one of the most powerful ways to protect yourself. Take a moment today, if you can, to look closely at the space around your bed. Imagine you're waking up in the dark. You're half asleep, your joints a little stiff. What would be in your path? What might your foot catch on? What piece of furniture might fail you if you reached out for support? Clear that path. Move anything unnecessary a little farther away. Make sure what remains is stable, sturdy, and easy to see and reach. Keep the floor uncluttered and predictable, especially in the area between your bed and the door. Even small changes can make a big difference. Because after a certain age, a fall isn't just a fall. It's a turning point. Sometimes, it's the beginning of a long and painful chapter. But it doesn't have to be. Making your bedroom safer isn't about giving up freedom, it's about preserving it. It's about creating an environment that respects where you are in life, honors your independence, and gives you every chance to keep moving through your days with confidence and ease. You deserve a bedroom that supports your strength, your dignity, and your peace of mind. And it starts with clearing just a little bit of space, for safety, for freedom, and for the life you love. If you found this insight helpful so far, I'd love to know you're still with me. Just type the number 4 in the comments below. It's a simple way to let me know you're here and that this message is reaching someone who needs it. And if you haven't already subscribed, I warmly encourage you to do so and click the bell icon too. That way you won't miss the rest of this important series. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful content to inform, inspire, and protect our community. Now let's keep going. There's more ahead that just might surprise you and help you stay safer, stronger, and more confident in your own home. Mistake 5. Cluttered or unstable furniture near the bed. There's something undeniably comforting about a cool bedroom. A gentle chill in the air that invites you to slip under the covers, pull the blankets around your shoulders, and drift off into a peaceful night's sleep. But for those of us in our later years, what feels like a cozy nighttime ritual can quietly become a source of danger, especially when the room becomes too cold or we rely on unsafe ways to warm it up. Our bodies change with age in more ways than we often realize. One of those changes affects how we regulate temperature, what doctors call thermoregulation. Simply put, as we grow older, our ability to maintain a steady internal body temperature becomes less reliable. This means that a chill that once felt refreshing in our 40s or 50s can place far more stress on the body in our 70s or 80s. During sleep, our circulation naturally slows and our core temperature drops. If the room we sleep in dips below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, our body must work harder through the night to stay warm. That extra strain may not wake us, but it can quietly affect our health. A cold bedroom can increase blood pressure, cause irregular heart rhythms, and in some cases, even contribute to strokes or nighttime heart events in older adults. This is no longer just about comfort, it's about safety. To warm things up, many older adults reach for space heaters. And while they can be helpful, not all of them are safe. Some older models have exposed heating elements. Others lack basic safety features like automatic shutoff or tip-over protection. Worse yet, heaters are sometimes placed too close to the bed, to drapes, or to items like clothing or blankets, materials that can ignite in seconds. Nighttime fires are among the most dangerous. They strike while we're sleeping, when we may be slower to respond or affected by medication. In those moments, every second matters, and the margin for error is heartbreakingly thin. I remember hearing about Nancy, a 77-year-old widow who loved keeping a small heater near the foot of her bed during winter. One night, a blanket slipped down and caught on the heater. The fabric ignited. She survived, but the fire left her with burns and weeks of painful recovery. She later said, "I never thought something so small could do so much damage." And it's true. A safer heater or simply better insulation in the room might have changed everything. So what can you do? Start by keeping your bedroom comfortably warm, ideally between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. This range helps protect your body from thermal stress while still allowing for restful sleep. If you need to use a space heater, choose one that's been designed with safety in mind. Look for models with automatic shutoff features. Make sure it has tip-over protection and a cool-to-touch exterior. Keep it far away from bedding, curtains, or any flammable objects. And most importantly, never leave it running while you sleep. There are also gentler ways to stay warm. Flannel sheets, thermal pajamas, a soft pair of bed socks, or a heated blanket with modern safety features can all help you feel cozy without introducing the risks of open heat sources. Even simple things like blocking drafts, using a warm water bottle, or closing the bedroom door can make a big difference. As we age, the risks we once shrugged off can become real and significant. A bit of nighttime chill might have once been nothing more than an inconvenience. But now, it could be the thing that places strain on your heart, or sets the stage for a more serious event. So if you've been waking up cold, or if your room feels brisk when you turn in for the night, take that discomfort as a gentle signal. It's your body asking for more care. Adjust the environment, not just the covers. Because you deserve to sleep in a room that supports your rest, your safety, and your health. Mistake 6. Unsupervised use of sedatives or alcohol before bed. A glass of wine to unwind. A small sleeping pill to help you drift off. Maybe an over-the-counter nightcap just to take the edge off after a long day. For many older adults, these small rituals feel like harmless parts of a well-earned evening routine. But when taken without supervision, or combined without careful awareness, these habits can quietly shift from comforting to life-threatening. As we age, our bodies metabolize substances differently. Sedatives, sleep aids, and even small amounts of alcohol interact with the brain in new and unexpected ways. What once simply took the edge off at 40 can at 70 cause dizziness, confusion, slower reflexes, or temporary memory lapses. And the danger is magnified at night. It's when you're most vulnerable, half asleep in the dark with slower reaction times, that a simple trip to the bathroom or a reach for a glass of water can turn into a catastrophic fall. Even medications prescribed by a doctor can have hidden risks. Sedatives and sleep aids can impair balance, lower blood pressure too much, and weaken coordination. The effects may not even be immediately noticeable. You might wake feeling fine, until you stand up only to realize your body isn't ready. When alcohol is added to the mix, the risks multiply. Heart rate slows. Breathing becomes irregular. Decision-making blurs. And if you're already managing conditions like hypertension, chronic pain, or anxiety, the cocktail of medications and alcohol can create a dangerous instability throughout the night. I think often of Jim, a thoughtful and kind man of 74. After his wife passed, he found sleep elusive. His doctor prescribed a mild sedative. Jim, keeping to his longtime habit, also had a small glass of bourbon before bed. He didn't think much of it, the two seemed harmless enough. One night he rose too quickly, lost his balance, and hit his head against the doorframe. There was no immediate wound, but the internal bleeding led to months of recovery. It was a painful, preventable ordeal. This isn't about shaming anyone for seeking rest. Sleep is essential. And for many, some help is genuinely needed. But any use of sleep aids, whether alcohol, melatonin, herbal remedies, or prescription medications, should be approached with supervision, care, and regular consultation with a doctor who understands the changes age brings to your body. If you find yourself relying on anything to fall asleep night after night, it's time for a conversation with your healthcare provider. Don't simply trust what worked for you 20 or 30 years ago. Your liver, your brain, your metabolism, they are different now, and they deserve a different level of respect and care. If you do use something to help you sleep, take precautions. Keep a light within easy reach. Consider installing a bed rail. When you wake, sit up slowly. Take a breath. Give your body time to adjust before standing. Move mindfully, not hastily. Because what feels like a harmless bedtime habit could, without warning, compromise your safety. You deserve rest. You deserve deep, healing sleep. But you also deserve to wake up safe, steady, and strong. Please, don't trade one for the other. Final thoughts. As we grow older, it's not weakness to recognize new risks, it's wisdom. Each of the dangers we've talked about today, whether it's cluttered furniture, cold rooms, loose bedding, poor lighting, unsupervised medications, or hidden obstacles, is small on its own. But together they can quietly undermine the safety and independence we've worked so hard to preserve. The good news is that small changes, made with intention and care, can protect you more than you might realize. Clearing your bedroom path, adjusting the temperature, choosing the right light, rethinking the little habits that once seemed harmless. None of this is about fear. It's about love. Love for your life. Love for your freedom. Love for the morning still waiting for you. You deserve a bedroom that welcomes you each night and strengthens you each morning. A space that honors not just your need for rest, but your right to safety, dignity, and peace of mind. It's never too late to create that space. And you don't have to do it alone. Every small choice you make today is a powerful step toward living well tomorrow. If this message has touched you or helped you see your home with new eyes, please leave a comment below with the word SAFE. I would love to know you're part of this journey with us. And if you haven't already, I warmly invite you to subscribe and click the bell icon. Your support not only helps us continue creating thoughtful, caring content, but it also helps build a community where wisdom, kindness, and encouragement are shared freely. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself, because you are precious, and your life deserves to be protected with all the love and respect in the world. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and stay inspired.